Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm just going to jump right into it. We are going to be playing with, testing out, doing a first impressions of the brand new Jeffree Star concealer and setting powder. We are going to be putting this to a very true test. I just want to lay out a disclaimer quickly. I am a very tough critic when it comes to concealers. I am very picky. I prefer a very particular type of formula. I do not have any Botox around my eyes. I do not have any under eye filler, and I am just about 33 and a half years old. So I do have some aging under my eyes. My eyes do naturally just kind of crease and crepe right here. It is what it is. I have accepted it. But with all that being said, when I look for a concealer, I am looking for something that doesn't exaggerate all of those things. And I think most people are on the same page with that. I want something that offers good coverage but isn't drying, doesn't make my under eyes look older. I just want a good formula that gives me some really good coverage but just looks natural on the skin. I have very few concealers that I actually really truly love. I have tried Tarte Shape Tape and I absolutely hate it. I'm going to be very real with you guys when I say that. If you've watched my channel before, you have heard me say that. I am not a fan. I used to love the ColourPop concealer, but now I'm just kind of like, it's okay. My two favorites right now are actually the new Milani Conceal and Perfect concealers, and I also love the new L'Oreal Fresh Wear concealer. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I just wanted to give you guys a disclaimer. This is not sponsored. These products were not sent to me. This is a totally honest, unbiased review. In fact, I haven't really given any Jeffree Star products a dedicated review on my channel. I've done mystery box unboxings and stuff like that, but I haven't really reviewed a specific product from him that I can actually remember at all. So I'm really excited nonetheless. There is also a surprise for you guys at the end of this video, so stay tuned. I will include timestamps in the description box below, so if you kind of want to jump around, like if you just want to see the application or if you just want to see my final thoughts, you guys get the drift. I always put that down in the description box for you so that you can jump around if there are just certain things that you want to see. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this video and let's put this concealer to the test. So we are going to be trying this out here. I really want to test it out, applying it in different ways, meaning I want to blend it out with a sponge, I want to blend it out with a brush, I want to try baking with the powder, and I also want to see how this concealer performs as an eyeshadow primer. Let's talk about the packaging. The unit cartons that these products come in are absolutely adorable. One thing that I love about Jeffree Star Cosmetics is that there is so much thought put in just to the packaging of these products, the unit cartons. They're so unique. They're so Jeffree Star. There really isn't any products that get packaged like his. The setting powder, I did pick it up in the shade Translucent. It does come in several different shade options, which I think is awesome. This packaging is beautiful. I love the Jeffree Star on the lid. And I do also like that when you open it up, there's actually a close open type deal in here, which means you're not gonna have a mess. You're not gonna be wasting powder. You're gonna be able to just get out just enough that you need, and then you can close this up, which is awesome for traveling. I'm sure you guys know that if you've put a translucent powder or a setting powder like this in your makeup bag or your purse and you've gone to travel with it and you go to open it up and it's just got like 90% of the product just sitting on top. It's a flume of powder flying everywhere. So I think that this is nice. I wish that more setting powders and just powders in general that come loose had this type of packaging. So I do have to say I'm a huge fan of that. Let's talk about the concealer. This is beautiful. I absolutely love this. This feels like the ultimate bougie, if you ask me. I just love the top of it. It feels expensive. It almost feels like a wand. You know, I picture Jeffree Star in his video when he has his mirror, he goes, "Welcome back to my channel."
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
That is exactly what I think of this thing. I just kind of want to wave it around and cast magic spells. So that's exactly what I think of when I look at this packaging. I just absolutely love it. Now I picked mine up in the shade C6. I do want to just chat about the shade range. Me personally, I just think that the shade range of 30 shades for an initial launch, especially from a brand that hasn't released anything like this, like any kind of face cream products before, for me personally is very impressive. And the undertones, he made it so easy to figure out what shade that you will need, and I really do feel like he hit the nail on the head. I do want to touch on this quickly, that this is the first concealer that is made, in my opinion, that matches my undertones and would highlight my skin perfectly, like to a T. C6 is made specifically for someone who has light skin with olive undertones. That is me. So I was so excited to see that. Again, I just really think that it's a good start. And Tati did make a post. I'm not 100% sure if this is totally and completely accurate, but she said if you search on Sephora's website, there's only 2 other brands, I believe Fenty, and I think she said Makeup Forever, I think, that have a shade range that is more extensive than this initial launch. So we got to give it to Jeffree there. I really do think that he was thoughtful, at least in my opinion, with the shades that he did release. And he did also mention in his release video that there would be more shades. So I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that. You can disagree with me. You can agree with me. That is just my personal opinion. That is my outlook on the situation. Now, I am really impressed with this formula. I haven't tried it yet on my under eyes, obviously. I wanted to wait and sit down with you guys. I did do a swatch on my hand, and I did also put this over my tattoo, and I was extremely impressed with the opacity and how insane this covered. I do have to say, the only thing that I've seen cover quite like this from a formula that I actually truly enjoy is the Too Faced multi-use concealers. I did a review on that as well, and I showed how that covered my tattoo, but this was even more opaque. So let's go ahead and get started with this. We're gonna start off with the concealer. The only thing I have on right now is foundation and brows. That is it. I have not set my foundation. I have nothing on. In fact, I've even blown my nose since I put on my makeup. So I'm a little bit red right here. So we will put some of that concealer down the nose. I purposely didn't put any foundation on my lids. I really wanted to just see how this covered. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna zoom you guys in and let's test out this concealer. All right, so now I have you guys zoomed in up close and personal. We will be blending out with the sponge on one eye. This is the Wet n Wild sponges. I love, love, love these. These are by far the best sponge you can get. Just want to throw that out there. Better than Beauty Blender, better than the Real Techniques. It is just A+, and it's super cheap. And then on one eye, we'll be using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe. This is the JH08 brush. Haven't whipped this puppy out in a while, and I really, really, really love this. So I'm excited to see how this blends out. Before I apply this, I just want to give a quick shout out. This back here, if you guys haven't noticed this in my background, but I'm sure you have, but maybe you haven't paid much attention to it. This is Adriana. My best friend Sarah actually drew this for me. It's probably blurred out, but it is absolutely stunning, and we call her Adriana because she looks like a mix of Audrey Hepburn and Ariana Grande. So just wanted to give a quick shout out to her. My friend Sarah is a fantastic artist. She is so talented. That's who's hanging out with us in the background. So I think I want to try the sponge first. The applicator on this is really, really unique looking. It almost reminds me of the L'Oreal, I think it's their Infallible matte lipsticks. It looks almost just like that, but I like it because it's going to pick up some of that product right in the center where that hole is. It's going to give you like a nice even distribution, and it is kind of like at an angle, which is awesome too. And that little point right there is just going to make it so it fits right there in the eye. All right, let's get started. I'm so excited. Now I want to start off with less, because less is more when you're working with cream products, obviously, because I want to see if I can layer this or if I'll even need to. I always go pretty light with my concealer because I like a very brightening effect on the under eyes. That is just me personally. I do have my Jeffree Star popsicle mirror right in front of me so I can get a better look at things. Now, he did say that you should have time to work with this. So if you wanted to put it under both eyes, whoosh, 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 and then blend one and then go back to the other, that you should have time doing so. So far, first impressions, that is quite brightening. I do feel like I could use a little bit more. So let's go ahead and build it up. I always start in the center and kind of drag it out. I want to go a little bit heavier this time, using a little bit more concealer than I normally would, but that's okay. Now that is some pretty crazy coverage that I am seeing so far. I'm gonna put a little bit more on the top lid, and I want to conceal that. My lids have a lot of pigmentation to them. All right, so far I do have to say I'm pretty impressed with the way that this blends out. I actually do feel like it dries down pretty quickly. I can feel it kind of as I'm working with it. In fact, I mean, at least just using this sponge, like it sets pretty quick. I don't have a huge problem with that. As long as I can get it blended out, just for me personally, maybe it's because I do have drier skin. I feel like if I were to put this on both of my eyes and then go to blend the other one out, that I might be a little bit more dry and this might set a little bit on the other eye. But so far, as you guys can see, this is offering some pretty bomb-ass coverage. I do think that the shade is perfect for me. Again, just to remind you, this is the shade C6. I could go a little bit darker if I wanted to, but again, like I said, me personally, I do prefer a more brightening effect, something that will lift the eye. Let's go ahead and apply this and blend it out using a brush on this side. I'm just gonna try to do one side. I mean, you can tell, I mean, this is like, the opacity is intense. Got some crazy pigmentation, so let's go ahead and use a brush and just tap that in and see how that performs. Just a side note, just to let you guys know, I do typically use a very slightly dampened brush. That's just how I prefer to blend out my concealer. Now already I'm going to say I prefer blending this formula out with a brush. I feel like it just pressed into my skin more. It looks like it's not sitting so much on top of my skin. It blended out really easily, and for me, this would be my preferred amount of coverage. I am going to add just a little bit right here because I am a little bit more red in this area right now. And we're gonna go down the nose, highlight on the chin, and then right in the center of my forehead. Get some coverage back on my nose because I keep blowing it. I'm still trying to kick this cold. All right, so let's go ahead and dip into the setting powder. Again, I picked mine up in the shade Translucent. Like I stated in the video, it does have this little twisty top here, and I haven't even opened it yet, so it's still got the sticker in there. Ooh, it smells like cotton candy. Now, usually I'm pretty picky about the scent of setting powders, like the Fenty powder I absolutely loved, but I just couldn't get past the scent. I also liked the Huda Beauty setting powders that she came out with. I really liked that too, but holy smokes, you guys, the scent was too much. This actually smells delicious, and it's so lightly scented that I can totally deal with it. So I'm gonna pick up just some of that powder on my Wet n Wild brush. Before we even do it, I'm gonna tell you, this is the eye that I did first. There really isn't any creasing at all going on here. Now that is pretty impressive because, like I said, I have pretty crepey under eyes and I don't see any creasing. I can just go ahead and set this. Wow, that is like butter. This is probably the most finely milled powder I've ever used. The ColourPop setting powders, which I really enjoy as well, those are super finely milled. I mean, this is like a cloud. So the brush side, I don't really see any creasing either. Just gonna smooth it out just a bit. Go ahead and pack this in. I rarely bake, but for the purpose of this video, we're gonna try it out. You guys, it smells so good. I want to eat it. It's just like the sweetest, like cotton candy scent. It is fantastic. But of course, Jeffree would scent something sweet. So I'm gonna let this just kind of hang out. Oh, and before I forget, I'm going to use this to set the tops of my eyes as well. All right, so while I'm looking crazy and I've got powder setting all over my face, we're gonna take a little intermission while I let this bake so I can tell you guys, I have wanted the Blood Sugar palette for forever. I don't know why, I just never picked it up. I was like, oh, it's like 50 some bucks. I don't know what it is, but it's so beautiful. I've heard so many people rant and rave about this palette. So when this restock finally came around, I was like, you know what, that's it, I'm gonna pick it up. I ordered from BEAUTYLISH a Blood Sugar palette, but I also ordered a second palette. Now this is how BEAUTYLISH packages their items, so I haven't opened this, but there is a brand spanking new Blood Sugar palette, and it is going to be something I'm doing in a giveaway in this video. If you would like to enter, you just have to do a couple of things. You have to like this video, be subscribed to my channel and have the bell button turned on, and comment in the comment section why you think you should win this palette, and then leave me your Instagram name or Instagram handle, because that that is how I'm going to contact the winner. If you have always wanted the Blood Sugar palette and you couldn't afford it, or you just haven't had your chance to buy it, or every time you have money it sells out right away, or it's already sold out. But my God, you guys, look at this packaging, look at this palette. I'm gonna use it today. I cannot wait. But yeah, I really cannot wait to give this away. Like I said, brand new Blood Sugar palette. I have it sitting right in front of me. All you have to do is like this video, be subscribed, and have the bell button turned on, or bell button on, and then comment down below why you think you should win this palette and your Instagram handle. It doesn't have to be a sob story or anything. You just be like, I like the colors, or I like your channel, or I've been supporting you for a long time. Whatever the case may be, just leave me a little comment down below with your Instagram handle, because that is how I am going to contact the winner. I'm probably gonna pick a winner on like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. Make sure obviously that you're following me on Instagram, so that when I post an Instagram story that I've contacted the winner, that you know that I have done so, and then that way you can check your messages to see if it was you. This giveaway is going to be open to US and Canada residents only as of right now. I will reiterate all of the details down below as to how you can win in the description box as well. All right, so let's go ahead and remove this bake. I'm just gonna use my Morphe E48 brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sweep this away. I like when a powder is just easily removed. Now, this powder made my under eye area look poreless. Not that I had huge pores there to begin with, but it's just so soft looking. It doesn't even look like I actually put powder on my under eyes. Usually it's tricky. I'm very picky with powders. They can make my eyes look dry, and this is absolutely stunning. I don't know what I'm more impressed with at this point, if it's the powder or the concealer itself, or if it's just literally like a combination of the two, but wow, that is beautiful. I don't notice any like exaggeration on my under eye area here, how like when I smile, I get these little lines and creases here. It looks really beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off camera. I'm gonna put on some eye makeup, come back and let you guys know my final thoughts after it's had a chance to really sit on my skin, let you guys know how the eyeshadow performed on top of this powder and concealer combo. You guys get the drift. I will be back in just a moment. All right, you guys, so here's the completed look. I used the Blood Sugar palette on the eyes. This is my first time using this palette, and holy shit, I'm gonna say it. I am blown away by this formula and the way that these blended out on my eyes. My shadow is so blended and beautiful. I could wear this look every single day. I am shocked. It is beautiful, absolutely stunning. But besides that, I did also put on some Jeffree Star highlighter. I don't even remember which one I used. Where is it? I used a combination of the Supreme Frost Frozen Peach, and then I also layered it with the Skin Frost and Siberian Gold. And before I even forget, I'm actually wearing my Jeffree Star Can't Relate t-shirt right now. I thought that that would be pretty fitting for this video. But let's talk about the concealer and the setting powder. You guys, this is a beautiful combination of products. There is nothing exaggerating texture. It's not exaggerating anything on my under eyes. It just looks effortless and flawless. I do have to say, I'm kind of shocked. At first, when I was using the concealer, I was a little bit worried. I didn't want to say anything off the bat because I wanted to have it sit on my skin for a while, but I was a little bit concerned. I thought that it might be on the drying side. This is the weird thing. When I set it and I baked with this powder, which usually baking and setting powder, if you're already feeling dry on the under eye area, would usually exaggerate things and make it worse. It didn't. Like, this is magic. This stuff truly is like, this is magic. This is magic in a tube, magic in a jar. This stuff is breathtaking on the under eyes. You get extreme coverage without it looking heavy or cakey. My under eyes just look so beautiful. I can't stop raving about this powder. I'm like speechless. This is the best, hands down, the best under eye setting powder that I have ever used. Like Laura Mercier, who, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it, this powder is fantastic. If you are dry like me, I am a desert, and you can't find a setting powder, give this powder a shot. It's, I don't know what kind of magic, voodoo, or what's going on with this, Jeffree, but damn, that's all I'm gonna say. My under eyes just look so beautiful and flat and airbrushed. Like, this is like the best makeup day I've had in a really long time. The concealer with this, just like this combination, if you were thinking like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna pick up one or the other, go for it, pick up both. These are 22 bucks a piece, 44 bucks. You get a beautiful concealer, beautiful setting powder. To me, that is worth it. The Laura Mercier setting powder on its own is like, what, 30 some dollars? I mean, come on. I think that these are very fairly priced for the results that you get. I will keep you guys updated in the description box, in the comments, letting you know throughout the day how this is sitting on the skin. But as of right now, I am just in love with these two products. So there you go, you guys. I think that these are fantastic. To me, this is the kind of stuff that I am looking for with makeup. There is so much that has been done before. I mean, let's be real. There's pretty much every color ever created for eyeshadow. There are so many concealers. The drugstore is stepping their game up. It's really hard to actually find something that's like truly, truly groundbreaking. And I have to say, especially this powder, these two products are a game changer. They are revolutionary. The formula is fantastic. Jeffree Star is a perfectionist, so we really wouldn't expect anything less from him, but this is just a stunning creation right here. So if you've been sleeping on this, pick it up. Again, remember you can get this at any Morphe store if you have one near you. I don't know if all the colors are sold out yet. I haven't looked at Jeffree's website. BEAUTYLISH carries them. Check BEAUTYLISH. If you spend over a certain amount on their website, you get free 2-day shipping. I feel like nobody really talks about BEAUTYLISH. That website is fantastic. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. What do you think? Be sure to enter the giveaway. Just gonna go over that one more time. Again, you have your chance at winning a blood sugar palette of your own. My God, do you want this palette? Because, come on. It speaks for itself. It's absolutely beautiful. Like this video, be subscribed and hit the bell button, and leave a comment in the comments down below why you want to win. Leave your Instagram handle, because that is how, or your Instagram name, whatever you want to call it, that is how I'm going to be contacting the winner of this giveaway. I'll pick someone in the next couple of days or so. I'm not going to drag the giveaway out too long because I get too excited and I'm impatient and I want to pick a winner. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video gave you a true, honest, unbiased idea of this product, and it really, really, really is truly that good. I love you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye, guys.